Hi, I'm Doug Turner with Turner Legacy Homes, and welcome to our show, Building Paradise. And today I'm really excited because we're here at Sellers Tile. And Sellers has been around since 2005 in this area. For many years I bought tile down at the old store down the street. It was much smaller. In November of 2019, they moved into this beautiful location right here on Highway 98 in Santa Rosa Beach. And I got to tell you, it's spectacular. And today we're going to take you through a tour of Sellers Tile new location. And I have as my guest today, Barbara Gordon of Barbara J. Gordon Designs. And I love working with Barbara. She helps me with all my spec homes and she works with some of my clients, and she does a fantastic job. The house always comes out beautiful and she takes care of all that for me, and I don't have to worry about it. And so today we're here to talk about, and specifically, tile. And I've got some questions for Barbara about, we're going to talk about design trends and things like that. And I just wanted to start off by saying, what do you like about shopping here in this new store? Tell me some of the things that you enjoy with this new facility.
It is unbelievable. The difference in the old store versus the new one is first of all, the size of the store. It is somewhere around 7,000 or 8,000 square feet. They have searched the world for some of the most unusual tile selections that you can possibly bring in here. They have them displayed throughout the store on boards so that you can see what it would look like installed. The variety of it is unbelievable.
Like you said, this store is 8,000 square feet of showroom for just wood and tile. And if you're looking for tile and wood in this area, any other showroom in the region is going to be between 1,000 and 2,000 square feet. Mm-hmm. And so as we walk through this store today, you're going to see a lot of unique tile and wood materials that you don't see anywhere else. And that kind of leads me to our next question, because there's so much color, there's so many shapes here. Where are we going as far as new trends, and are some of the things we've been doing, are they still stable, and are you going to see them continue in the future? I'm just tell me about what you think about what's trending forward.
What's trending forward right now is our coastal look is still in right now, so all of our cool grays, our blues, our whites, they are still in and we're still using them. However, the trend is going to start to warm up. It's going to go a little richer, a little darker, and a little warmer. So our gray tones are going to go back into our beiges, our taupes, our browns. Our light pastel colors are going to also go into a more intense, darker tone, like jewel tones. You're going to start seeing the blues go into navy blues. You're going to start seeing greens coming in, and you're going to see emerald green come in. You'll see black being introduced, black and white being introduced. You can probably see throughout the industry right now that there's also a transition between the silvers into the golds. So you'll see even in our tiles, you'll see that as you walk through the showroom. Most of our mosaics here in the showroom, which are fabulous by the way, they've got some of the most unusual and extensive collection of mosaic tiles that there is. You'll start seeing some of them have metallics in them, some of them are black and white, some of them are gray and white, all different kinds of colors and combinations to do. They're mostly all real stone and they are outrageous looking.
So we're here on 30A, and 30A is different than probably most places in the country. When I travel around, it has a different look to it, a different feel, and they come here for that feel. And I hear a lot about, you said about beiges, and now, because we talked about gray, and I always hear the word grayish. Is that a word?
That is a word. That is a word, and that will be your transition from the grays into the beiges eventually. So right now everybody is doing a grayish, which is, the word is gray and beige combined together.
Combined. Okay, so it's a transition. Mm-hmm. And so with all these things that you were talking about, all the different colors and the shapes and sizes, what do you think is going to be popular specifically on 30A as we go forward?
Well, I think you're still going to see your cool color palette still in existence, especially for your rental. You're going to see large encompassing porcelain tiles for cleanability. Easy to clean, easy for maintenance for all of your rentals. In your more higher end single family homes, you're going to find a variety of design trends going on. Everyone's going to want something unique to themselves. They're going to want something different than what they have at their home. That is one of the things that makes us exclusive down here on 38, is that laid back sort of coastal look. So we're going to want all of the things that are not at home. For example, encaustic tiles are in right now. Teak tiles are coming in. The mosaic tiles have always been in, but they are unusual and different now. We're combining colors in all of the mosaics. We're combining metallics in all of our mosaics. Our subway tiles are getting very, very big and going into like glass. Those are some of the differences that you can do.
When I'm building a home, I'm thinking about where I'm putting the tile. And we're working together, and you've got to do something for the laundry room, and sometimes we try to do something cool in there. You've got the backsplash detail that we're always trying to pop the kitchen and make it look fun and exciting. Bathrooms, tubs, showers, you know, how we're dealing with that. And, you know, I'm seeing more tile in my showers where we're hitting the floors, the walls, all the way up to the ceiling.
Correct.
And the ceiling itself, and it really gives a great look.
Everyone's got a budget, so that's probably one of the first things that you want to try to work with, as to what a client's budget is. Some of the things that we want a wow factor in the home also, so we want to figure out where we want to do those wow factors at. Things like the kitchen backsplash is a big one, because obviously all the guests are going to come into the house and see that. Wet bars, another wow factor.
Oh yes, wet bars.
Okay.
Yes.
Powder bathrooms. Because powder bathrooms are usually small, there you can go into and you can get something that is more unusual, more intricate in design, maybe pay a little bit more money for it, but because it is a smaller square footage, you can do that. Master bathrooms are also the other area that you can do that in. What I like to do for my clients in trying to save money for them is then go into a different type of material used in all of the guest bathrooms, the laundry room, like you say. Come back and maybe do a large field tile that is less than money to bring a wow factor in there. Do a feature strip in the wall tile or in the floor, therefore combining a little bit more money in a smaller square footage area and still being able to give you a wow factor.
And you get more bang for your buck.
Exactly.
When my clients walk into a store, they always come in here to preview early on, you know, to look at selections before they get started. And generally walk into 8,000 square feet of this unbelievably beautiful store, they're probably going to be confused on which way they want to go. And I always recommend to my clients to bring a great designer on, and I always recommend you, because the process is going to go so much easier for them. You'll help them and guide them and consult them to get what they want, and also work within the allowances, because you and I work together on designer allowance to make sure they're adequate and they're not fighting the allowance, always having to go over, which can be disappointing. Now, if they want to go crazy and do some really wild stuff, well, certainly they may do that if they want to do that. But I'd like for you to just kind of walk through the process if I'm a new client and to this process, and how would it work, and when do you recommend we get started?
Doug, that's a really great question. I don't think that you can ever be too early working with a designer and bringing her in to make those choices. I've become very helpful to clients. I know there are times when people think that designers are just too expensive, but we're not. We actually end up saving you money working with you and the builder in the process from the very beginning. If we are brought in, especially if clients are out of town, if we're brought in from the beginning, we can sit down with them and start making appointments with them. For example, an appointment to come in and do tile. It can be very overwhelming what kind of selections to put in each room. We work with you with your initial design, with the look that you are going for and that you want to achieve, and then we help you through that selection in placing the tiles in each room, figuring out from the budget where we can put a wow factor, and then where we need to be a little more budget conscious with our field tile. We also know exactly what a builder needs and when they need it, whether it is the flooring, the paint colors, the cabinetry, the countertops, the light fixtures. all of that, then giving that information back to you, you get to be able to price that out and tell the client exactly what the house is going to cost. If we need to do a little what we call value engineering stage, at that point we can come back and say, well, let's cut this out here, we can reselect that, bring that closer in the budget. That is what we're good for.
If we're doing a custom design, as soon as you get the floor plan worked out, you can come in and start picking all of that material while the rest of the process is going on in the design and be completely finished.
Exactly. Plus, having those selections given to you after they are made allows you to know when you need to order it, and the suppliers like Cellar Tile knows what they have to order and get in here. They know their lead times, so that when you're ready for the tile, it's here and ready to go in. It is important, I think, to pick your grout colors, if you can, when you're making your tile selections. For example, there's a few different ways grout can be done. There is, if you're doing glass mosaics, if you're doing glass tile, you might want to entertain doing a glass grout. They come in various different colors now, and literally it is a glass grounded up into the grout itself. If you're dealing with like a steam shower or a shower that's going to be used a lot, you might want to consider doing mildew resistant grout these days. I like to pick a grout with the tile so that you know exactly what is going to complement that tile, whether it is a off-white cream background or whether it's a stark white, or if it's a turquoise or a black tile. You definitely want to hold your grout color up to the tile so that you know it's going to complement it.
Have you ever had a client that comes in with some really wild and crazy ideas?
Yes.
That colors are insane and they want to do it, and you know that they'll probably want to tear it down a year later or before once they do it and have to do it twice. So how do you counsel your clients through that process?
I try to counsel them from the overall viewpoint of what their goal is. Like, for example, are they going to put it on rental? Okay, that's going to be one of the big ones. Too crazy of a design out there is maybe you might think is going to get you the wow factor in respect to being remembered, but is it going to be remembered in a good way or a bad way? Are the clients going to have a good experience when they rent your place? And after they leave, they go, wow, we had such a great time there, we're going to rent it again. Is the homeowner going to be selling the house in a couple of years? Are they flipping it? That's another important thing. Sure. When you're doing a situation like that, or a spec house, you are going to want to stay in trend. You're going to want to do something that the majority of people viewing that house is going to say, wow, this is great, and I might want to buy this. Like the fashion industry, like clothing, all right? There are trends in clothing. If you look at clothing, the classic designs, you know, your navy blue suit, for example, is always going to be in. Okay, and there are trends. There are trends that come in and go out, whether we are traditional for a period of time, whether we're contemporary for a period of time. Colors are going to come in and out. So yes, what you want to do, you want to be classic.
Barbara, that was a lot of great information. It's going to be really helpful to folks, and I know people are going to want to get in touch with you after they watch you in this video. So what's the best way to get in touch with you?
By my telephone number, which is 850-685-5540. You can also look at my website, barbarajgordondesigns.com. You can also email me at bjg@barbarajgordondesigns.com.
To see this beautiful seller showroom, the information's on your screen. I'm Doug Turner, Turner Legacy Homes. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.